the next couple of days while the sale's still going on. If anyone finds anything at Target at Earthrise other than Grapple and Starscream, can y'all pick them up for me while the sale's still going on?
But Grapple and Starscream for like a week.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
I haven't even seen them. I was at Target Sunday.
All my Targets got in is a lot of Cyberverse stuff, and that's pretty much it. I probably won't even find anything tomorrow. Then the sale, and so that's just kind of depressing when the sale's on. I wonder if they're waiting for the sale to actually go off before they put stuff out. But I had a guy today. I had a guy today.
The purpose of the sale could be to clear off the old stuff before they put the new stuff out.
Yeah.
It just really hurts Dononomics.
Well, I mean, it's just I don't want to wind up paying that much more when I don't have to. I mean, that's just common sense, I had one of the guys at Target today. I asked him if he could take a minute to scan some of the empty hooks, and there was nothing. Apparently, he said that we have nothing in the back.
Do I still sound bad?
You sound great.
Yeah.
You sound
okay.
phenomenal.
I just logged out and logged back in. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, there's no way that noise could have been the storm. There's no way. So
I would say it's not even raining that hard right now.
Oh yeah, I mean it sounded like it was like in front of your microphone blowing into it. Yeah, like that.
Yeah. I have no idea.
Huh. It's all right. It happens. It's Skype.
The cool thing is,
Thank you, Skype.
The cool thing is, I was able to get my difference back on the Voyagers because that was an. Because I didn't realize that was because the tag was behind the sign. That was the BOGO sign, but the actual sale sign for the Voyagers dropping down to 20 instead of 30 was hidden until I accidentally hit the sign with my head, and then I saw the shelf tag.
So Wait, you hit it with your head?
Yeah, I was down looking at the leaders to see if anything, because I kind of was a bad guy, and I took 4 of the shockwaves that was on the shelf and hit them behind the Arc Optimus, so that way the leader class will be empty. So if they get the Optimus in, they'll put it out because the shelf won't be full. Yeah.
Don, you know what that does to their inventory, right?
Huh?
You know what that does to their inventory, right?
Yeah, I'd say they'll check the inventory and see that they still have 4 figures on the floor, even though they're not in the right spot, and still won't stock anything.
Yeah, I know. I was just trying to. It's like they have like 7 Shockwaves and 1 Galaxy Force Optimus, so it's like
I haven't seen a Galaxy Force Optimus in like a year.
I haven't seen one since this morning. I haven't seen another one since last night at another Target, or another one at a different Target yesterday as well. They're all over the place now.
Yeah. Apparently they're just cleaning out the warehouse. I don't know what they're doing. It's just so maybe I'll find something more.
Them.
Yeah. Well, the weird thing is my Walmart. The only thing we're getting in for Transformers is Astro Trains. I mean, we've got like 4 Astro Trains now.
Siege Astro Train, though, right?
No, commemorative Astro Train.
Yeah. I went and checked. I went and checked my big Walmart again after Toy Fair, and still nothing.
Yeah.
So. I went to Walmart yesterday. They literally have 18 Soundwaves.
Really? Jeez, I'm not seeing a Soundwave since before Christmas. But we restocked the set.
Now, if you need a Megatron or a Thundercracker, I can hook you up. But
no, reissue Soundwave.
Oh, well, yeah, I have those 2 and Astro Train.
Yeah, I haven't.
But I'm not paying for that Astro Train.
I think I'm probably going to.
I went ahead and got it because my discount took almost $5 off. So
your military discount, that's Stolen Valor. What kind of discount, Don? Had you work one up? We're streaming.
Oh, no, I had a what did I say? Discount? No, sorry, gift card. Sorry, gift card. I don't know why I said discount.
Yeah, me neither.
How'd you get a gift card?
They're not difficult to find generally.
Yeah, well, no, I had to take something back without a receipt because I couldn't find it.
You're usually better about keeping track of your paperwork than that, Don.
Yeah.
Say I have a gift card, and I would use it to buy an Optimus Prime if they would stock such things. But
yeah.
Shut up, Diecast.
Yeah.
That's not because I found it. It's because I had a friend that found it for me.
Kim found one 2 nights ago for me, and I'd been wanting to get one to do a giveaway with before I found the Starscream and Grapple. And I had to tell her no, so she left it. I'm like, I already have it. I don't need another one. But the sale.
So you have your Optimus Prime there, but where's your wallet, Diecast?
It was in my car, thank goodness.
Oh.
So, good. I knew what happened because the train, when I was pulling into the parking garage, I have to take out my credit card to put it in the thing so I can get into the parking garage. So when I did that, I put it on my lap. Well, as I'm trying to park, I see the train pull up, and I know, if I can hurry up, I can get on that train. And it was on my lap when I got out of the car, so I knew it either fell into my car or fell out of my car right by my driver's door. So I was like, it's either one or the other.
I don't think I would have been that calm. I think I would have been like, I need to find it. It now.
There was nothing I could do when I was, an hour and a half away by train. So by the time I realized that I forgot my wallet.
No, for some reason it's like I always make sure it's like if someone bumps into me, the first thing I do is check and make sure my wallet's still there, like they weren't trying to pick my pocket or something. I'm kind of paranoid about that. Just like in the morning when I get dressed and everything, I kind of make sure my pockets are balanced. I've got certain stuff set up like the way everything's supposed to be, and if it's in the wrong pocket, it drives me crazy.
All right, but what everybody listening to our live stream on Saturday wants to know, Diecast, is how did you almost kill John Warden?
And did he exact vengeance on you eventually?
No. He did make a joke. I think it was during the interview, but basically we were standing in front of the coat check as everyone was crammed in waiting to be let in for the presentation, and John came by and I said hi to him and I started talking to him, and then right after I got done he went and got his inhaler, which is what he was trying to do when I stopped him to say hello. So he was basically probably either having
suffocating.
Yeah. But there's one other person that said hi to him. I just happened to say hi right before he got his inhaler, and then, that was the big joke, was I almost killed John Warden because I stopped him from going to get his inhaler, which he needed to breathe. So that's why I was like, it wasn't my fault. I was just
I also saw you making a jab at Miguel about Netflix Hound.
What was the jab?
What was the context for that?
I think he wanted to trade me Hound for Chromia. And I was just like, well, I'll give you $20 for Chromia, and I'll just buy that off of you. And he was thinking about it, but then he was like, no, I'll just keep it. So
I have to say, I'm really looking forward to getting the Mirage. The Mirage looks really good. The rest of them I really don't care about.
Really? You don't care about Scrapface?
Not really.
He's awesome.
I'm with Dawn on there. None of them are doing anything for me. Yeah. Except for Hot Link. I've already pre-ordered that.
I love them. I love them all, except for Hound.
I think I'm just sort of tired of those molds, and the
paint apps on them, they're amazing.
They are. It's just, I may pick them up at some point down the road, but I don't really know right now.
I can't think of the last time we got paint in the US that good.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't want them at all.
you know you're gonna fall upon them in Walmart.
He will see them. It doesn't mean he'll buy them. Matt's good about not doing stuff he doesn't want to do, compared to the rest of us.
Yeah, sometimes he's good about not doing stuff that he wants to do, but he decides not to just out of spite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, you have, how many Sharkticons?
Because he
he wanted that.
Yeah, but he said he was going to stop, and then he did.
And he did.
No, he didn't. He got more.
When's the last time you bought a Sharkticon, Matt? Like Titan's Return one.
Oh, I don't know.
I mean, it's been a while. You stopped buying those.
But, if that happens again one day, I still do want more. I'm not saying never again, but, again, that's something I want to do.
Mm-hmm. How many Alicons are you going to get?
I haven't decided. I pre-ordered the 2 off Hasbro Pulse. I missed the Target thing because I was outside all day.
Well, I tried.
I saw that. I appreciate that you sent it to me directly first.
Did they qualify for the sale?
Yes.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, so I pre-ordered a Quintesson and Snapdragon on Target because they qualified for the sale and they were both marked at $19.99 instead of $30.
Oh my goodness!
So I have the 2 on pre-order, and the pre-order total is $32, including tax and the shipping that they didn't charge.
Wow.
Really good. Yeah.
Yes, of course, I will now have pending charges on my credit card until potentially November or whenever the release date ends up being.
So no, it was a really, really beautiful day here, so I decided to be stupid and go out and get exercise and be in the sunshine all day.
Fair enough.
It cost me dearly.
Hello, people in the chat and hopefully Discord.
Yeah, go join our Discord, tfradio.net/Discord.
That's where the only place some of us are looking. Though I am looking at both, but mostly Discord.
Yeah. It's easier for you to look at both, though, because you've got the streaming platform open.
Yeah, I've got to look at the streaming thing. Yeah. tfradio.net/Discord.
You don't even have to install anything. It'll run in your browser.
Mm-hmm.
We don't guarantee, a level of performance when it runs in your browser.
That's fine.
It just depends. It probably wouldn't run well in the browser for Don, for instance.
No, I'm going to send Don a Raspberry Pi 4 so he has an upgrade.
No, I mean, I think I'm running it now in the browser.
Because is there a platform analogous to a Jello no bake cheesecake that you could send him instead? He might be more receptive to that.
It's true.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't think Don would be able to figure out a Raspberry Pi 4. You would have to probably go set it up for him.
No, I would set it up for him. I would send it to him pre-set up. He would just have to plug in everything.
Diecast, Sean is in our Discord asking you about the Teletrend 1 backup. He wants to know about that.
What's he want to know about it?
He wasn't very specific.
It's
Did you get all the pieces?
It's very thin cardboard. No, I didn't get all the pieces because I think some come. Well, I'm at least missing one because Chromia. And
I think some of the product copies said that it was going to be split across 2 waves of deluxes.
Okay, so
there might be yet more pieces anyway, even setting aside that you don't have Chromia.
Hey, tomorrow, for people watching the live stream, we are going to stream the next newest episode, like a year behind, of It's a Dawn Deal. It'll be at 9 o'clock Eastern, and it's going to be streamed to 2 places and 2 places only. To our Patreon and to our Discord. So if you are a patron on Patreon, great, you'll see it. Or if you're on our Discord, there will be a link to it there, and you can see it, and you can chat along with us. But we're not sharing anywhere else, so just be advised. It'll be fun. I have a new segment for that I'm really excited about doing. tfradio.net/Discord. God, I am talked out. Between Toy Fair and doing a daily update almost every day. Diecast and I recorded 2 podcasts a couple nights ago. I did some stuff last night until like 12:30 this morning.
I recorded that review on Sunday.
Oh God, this is horrible.
And it took me about an hour and a half to record it with all the transformations and the pausing and the opening the packages. And then I pulled the memory card out of the camera, went up to my computer, and the memory card was empty.
Oh God, this sucks.
Oh. Well, that camera is the same camera I had, but it's the upgraded model of it. I've never recorded with it yet.
Oh, so you have...
And apparently you still haven't.
Yeah. Well,
it recorded to the internal memory.
I didn't know the Mavic 930 had internal memory.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Wow.
I mean, I got it I got it from Service Merchandise.
72K? Is that what this one is?
Yeah, it was about $8.99 when I bought it.
Holy crap!
Yeah,
they were pretty expensive back then.
Yeah, the Mavicas were my top of the line there for a while.
God, I hated the Mavica so much.
I sold a lot to insurance people. That was a
digital camera that insurance people could use. Yes, there weren't many options.
Yeah,
my mom actually like wrote up a whole presentation and everything, convinced her workplace to buy one of those for the company because she worked for a package printing outfit. So like they were able to use that to take pictures of like proofs and send them and not have to go through more complex steps. And they actually gave her like, I think a $200 bonus for bringing them that like money saving, long run money saving thing. And she turned that bonus around and knocked down the price of a Mavica for us with that.
So that's how you got your Mavica. That's awesome.
Yeah.
The radio station had Mavica. God, I hated it.
Way back in 1999 or thereabout.
John would, the radio station, John would give me photos on a floppy disk. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this?
Yeah. I remember we had just started carrying the Canon Rebel. The Nikon. There was the base Nikon with the 85 to 120 millimeter lens. That was like $6.99 at the time. The N50, I think, is what it was.
I'm not super familiar with Nikon cameras from that time period.
Yep. I think the reason it was so much is I think it had was that the one that had the Zeiss lens?
Not
one of the ones I had a Zeiss lens.
I don't think Nikon has Nikon had a Zeiss lens?
I can't remember. I had like 3 really high dollar cameras at the time. Like $4.99 was like my basic level SLR at the time. Other than the Pentax K1000, but that was just the body.
Now there are Zeiss lenses, but they're not
on
Nikon
Sony
lenses.
Cameras. I think
they're not made by Nikon. So yeah, Don, you're probably right.
Yeah. That K1000 was a pretty good seller of mine. I mean, because it was just your basic body, and then I carried a 35 to 70 millimeter lens for $99. I think I carried it for. That's usually what a lot of people bought. Is the
how long do you have to carry it for $99?
I didn't.
It probably didn't weigh much. It wasn't that much of an inconvenience.
Yeah, it was. I sold mostly point and shoot. I didn't sell a lot of single lens reflex cameras at the time. I had
that was above a lot of people's heads. I mean,
it still is.
Yeah. I think the Olympus Stylus. Yeah, the Olympus Stylus was my best seller at the time. stylus zoom with a 28 to 70 because everything else started at 35 to 70. So the 28 gave people a little bit more of a close up, but it wasn't much. It was infinitesimal. But the best thing about working there was the audio setup because we had, I mentioned it before, but we had the Bose 501 and 701s. Oh, they sounded so good at the time. I could never get the 901s in. I tried to get a pair of the 901s in. My buyers would not buy them. I said, look, give me a pair of 901s. I can show them how good they sound, and then I can show the customers, well, if you can't go that route, how about the 701s? So I can always go down, but show them the best quality. Because people kept always wanting to buy, like, I want that $500 receiver, I want the $100 pair of speakers. No, you don't. Get the basic receiver and buy some better speakers. I got some good Fishers over here. You need to listen to these Fishers. Sorry, memory lane.
That's where we live.
Well, you have to account for people like me too, who can tell like pretty big jumps in audio quality, but for like finer, more detailed levels of audio quality, it just all kind of runs together.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
especially in an environment like a service merchandise or another, big showroom kind of thing where there's a lot of ambient noise. You're not really getting the right experience with that to make a really fine determination.
Well, we had actual sound room. Both the stores I worked at in Greensboro and Raleigh, we had an audio room that was separate. You could still walk through it. It was open on each end, but it was still enclosed across the front, and you could still get a better idea than just being on a shelf in the middle of the store. So those stores had like what we called the sound room. But I love that job. We sold JVCs. We sold. It was just
obviously you love that job. You never shut up about it.
Well, I'm sorry. Excuse me.
It's okay. It's Don.
It's part of the drinking game, Don.
Well, no, that's not even that. Don. I have not had a great few days. I'm still just kind of like leveling off. So like, okay. I'm probably gonna be a little bit snappier. Don't take it personally.
Okay.
I love you. I love your stories, even when I don't show it. So I apologize in advance. Just please try to bear with us as we, please pardon our dust.
But if we don't
merchandise sound room.
But if we don't stop the service merchandise talk right now, everybody's going to be drunk before we even get to the Star Trek reference.
But you haven't heard Star Trek until you've heard it drunk.
Yes.
Yeah. Chris got.
Well, technically, Hey Mickey was probably drinking on most of the shows.
Oh, he was.
So people have probably already heard it inebriated, if not drunk. So you're kind of there.
Now if you want inebriated, go find one of those Lost Orbit episodes or Lord Taco, depending what he was at that point.
Hey Don, what YouTube reviewers have you been watching this week?
I watched Diecast's video.
I love you, Don.
Thank you. Well, okay. All right. Are you being serious, Brian? Really, honestly?
I'm just trying to get Tater X drunk.
Oh, well, I don't think he needs any help. Not like that, Tater. I'm just saying, with all the references that come up during the course of the regular show, it's like I told some friends. I had a friend in college that all he drank was Heineken, and
ew.
Yeah, that's all he would drink is Heineken. And that's all he would buy, and we were all sitting around, and they were having a drinking game. I said, guys, why do you even bother playing the game? If you want to drink, just drink. You don't have to do the game. The end result is you'll still be drunk anyway. And they said, yeah, but getting there is half the fun. I'm thinking, just sit around and do what you're ever going to do.
It's a lot of fun, Don. It's a lot of fun.
The
point of drinking games is to try and get other people more drunk than you.
Oh. All right, Chris. I just bought some Studio Series stuff since it was on buy one get one.
What did you get?
Something. What's that?
What did you get?
Yeah, Skipjack. Is that the yellow one?
Oh,
the yellow shoe.
Yeah, the yellow shoe. I got Blitzwing from Bumblebee. I got Cliff Jumper and Top Spin.
I'm not buying any of the Devastator components, so I really don't care about any of that.
Well, you're not going to have that cool add-on kit.
Yes, I'm not.
You know, I think Studio Series Devastator is a remarkable achievement in a lot of ways, but boy, could I not be less interested in it.
Same.
But, you know, great for everybody who is, like, really into this as a project. And, again, I admire what they've actually accomplished in making this happen over the course of, like, a year plus, actually getting all this stuff to market and everything theoretically working together.
Plus the fact that since they did achieve this, that opens the door for what they can do down the road, because this is kind of like proof of concept for doing similar figures, maybe not Studio Series, obviously, but it's sort of like the cell shading. Them getting a cell shaded figure at retail, at mass production that looked that good, opened the doors for stuff down the road that we didn't think we would be seeing in a mass production level. Same thing for the Studio Series Devastator, even if you don't like the Devastator.
I don't want them, I'll be honest, I don't want them to make too much of a habit of combiners like this spread across different size classes and waves, because eventually the distribution will kick in and something I want will be impossible to complete. So, every once in a while I am perfectly happy to see something like that, but just, I don't want that to ever become a regular thing, because it is just a recipe for heartbreak.
Right. No, I mean, I totally understand. It's just, like I said, I'm more like, what we'll get down the road from it, at least now that they've seen it's possible. That's just what I'm thinking about.
I gotcha.
Target is not a very easy site to shop. It's like I remember one time I was looking and they had the same thing on like 6 different pages.
Oh, it's almost showtime. So if anybody needs a bathroom or get a bowl of coffee or something, now would be the time.
Or caffeinated gum.
Oh, yeah, whatever. Right here, good idea.
Yeah. Well, I don't have caffeinated gum, but maybe I'll have a fiber gummy. keep the pipes moving.
Right here.
I remember I bought the caffeinated gum off Amazon that Brian was chewing. It was terrible.
The MEG, the military energy gum.
Yeah.
God, that stuff is hardcore, though. It's 100 milligrams per piece.
It tastes terrible, though.
That's the caffeine. I think caffeine is naturally really bitter.
Very bitter, yeah. I'm going to actually go grab another drink and find my windscreen. Hold on.
At one point, I found caffeinated popcorn on Amazon that I sent Brian a link to.
Oh, I need to go back and check that.
That was at least a year ago.
And I need to try the caffeinated soap.
What?
There's caffeinated soap. I need to get some.
Can you absorb caffeine through your skin?
I don't know that you can metabolize it, but to some extent you can absorb it, but I don't know. I think it helps with, opening pores. I don't think it jacks you up.
Well, I mean, I guess for that purpose, what you could find is a caffeine suppository.
That would kill me.
It depends how much caffeine was in it.
Yeah, I'm good.
Good news, everyone. It's a suppository.
Yes, well, just be happy that I remembered the word suppository instead of the, let's say, more common term for a thing that you would put up there that was, coming to mind first.
Mm. It'd be really nice if I could sort this stuff better. Because I can't see what Target has for sale because of all the other third parties. Not third party, but
you should be able to filter that where it's just stuff that's sold by Target, or filter it just by the sale that's in effect. There are filtering options on the side. You just have to kind of go through them.
Okay.
But I agree, there is too many, third-party sellers is the correct term for it. It's just, in our context, it's kind of easy to confuse or conflate that with the other meaning of third-party we more typically think of.
Right.
Well, that's why I always say for Amazon, it's by a marketplace seller, because Amazon Marketplace is kind of their branded thing for that. It's the same deal. Apparently, Hasbro Toy Shop also has, they sell stuff through Target. There's a lot of different outfits that use Target as a storefront.
So does Hasbro Toy Shop still exist as a separate entity, or just as a name?
Probably just as a name. I'm sure the fulfillment is all from the same place that Pulse comes from. Hasbro Toy Shop, like the eBay store especially, seems to largely be a clearinghouse for some of the older inventory items that they don't support currently on Pulse itself. But they do have some newer stuff. Like they had the Cyberverse Deluxes for a little while, most of which sold through, so they delisted them.
RID to Inferno for $6.
Yeah, for $6. I mean, if you can get something else from them that brings you up to free shipping, it's probably worth doing.
Okay.
I actually Twinferno was probably the last thing I got from Toys R Us's website before everything started falling apart. I had rewards points I put toward it, so I didn't even pay full price for it then, and it's okay. Just among the stuff that it came out alongside, it felt like a letdown. It felt like a year one RID 2015 toy rather than a tail ender, because some of those late run Warrior molds were really, really good, and this was just kind of okay.
Gotcha.
But it's an interesting design, so I mean, $6 if you can add that to another order, it's worth doing. I guess it'd be more if there's something else on there that's not quite up to free shipping, tack that on to get you over the threshold.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking at now to see if there's anything that really justifies it.
Which figure?
Probably not.
RID to Inferno.
Oh, I like that toy. It's okay.
Yeah, that's a thing. It's okay. Just what I was saying was in the context of the toys that came out alongside, it's not exceptional.
Are you
talking
about Target? Can you still get it?
No, we're talking about Hasbro Toy Shop.
Oh,
yeah.
Hasbro Toy Shop sells through Target's website somewhat, though, so that's how we went from the one to the other.
Cool.
Anyway, it's well past showtime now, so...
oh, yeah.
Still no windscreen, but it's okay.
Is it?
Yeah. Because I can live with it.
Oh, yes.
Take a drink.
Have I drink?
Okay. Bum-ba-bum. Turn that down a little bit. Okay. Even though I'm a little quiet compared to you guys, I'll fix it in post. 3, 2, 1. This is Radio Free Cybertron, episode 663. I am Brian Kilby, and boy, are my arms tired.
Can you fix that in post?
No, but you know what? Toy Fair is this weekend, and we were busy. We're all tired. Diecast, probably most of all, because he was there running around without his wallet. Yeah. Poor Diecast. But hey, great job.
Thank you.
And I'm sorry for giving you crap during the stream when you weren't posting pictures. I'm like, where's Diecast? What's he doing? Oh, well, he was doing the interview. That's why he wasn't posting pictures. And he got a lot of pictures out in a short order after that.
If it was in the beginning, I was on their Wi-Fi and it stopped working, and I didn't realize till I took about 20 or 30 pictures.
Oh, wow.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, I hate free Wi-Fi like that. It sucks.
And then when I jumped back on my Sprint network, because we were basically in a basement, I had to run out of the basement to get the stuff to go through.
Oh, cool. That's why everything just went out like Zoom.
That's kind of what I figured.
Yeah, cool. So the Diecast and Chris and Don's here, and Matt and Rob. I don't know if John's here or not.
Well, he's listening. He's just, not
I'm
speaking.
here,
He's
sort of.
Oh, hi, John.
Yeah, I'm a ghost.
I was going to say you're participating in our Skype chat, but that's about it. But no, there you are.
Well, he's too busy watching AEW, so.
I don't have TNT. I've never watched it.
I don't do wrestling.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Bye.
I know. So during the Toy Fair live stream, which is this weekend, everybody should check it out. was pretty awesome. It was a lot of fun. I don't even remember who it was. I don't know that I've ever seen them before, but in our chat, some guy got so upset with me because I pointed out that I really, as far as a wrestler goes, I never watched him in AEW, but I've seen his indie stuff, how I just don't like the wrestler Orange Cassidy. That really set somebody off. They were so angry. I think I had to kick them or mute them or something. They were just bitterly upset.
Was that Discord or the YouTube chat?
YouTube.
Oh.
Yeah, it was funny. So, yeah. We made some comments about a wrestler that some people like, including Jason. He didn't appreciate it. So.
Well, that's fine, though.
Yeah, so it's fine.
Maybe it was Jason on alt account in the YouTube chat, just,
I was going to say.
Letting off steam, yeah. It's funny. Hey, so, yeah, a lot of stuff going on. We've had a lot of stuff going on. Not just with Transformers, but internally as well. So, hey, we've launched our Discord. That was a Patreon promotion goal thing. But that's pretty awesome. So we have it set up, tfradio.net/Patreon. You just type that in your browser, sends you there. If you have Patreon, if you have a Discord, just log in, join, and you're there. It's awesome. It's how we're doing our live streams. We have live streams everywhere that you want to be, or not. But
and even some places you don't.
In some places you don't. But we're trying to do a consolidated chat all in one location at Discord because we have people on Facebook, Twitch. What's one on Periscope? I was about to say Meerkat, but Periscope, YouTube. Meerkat's gone. Well, maybe it's not. So there's lots of places you can watch us, but now everybody can chat in one place, so it's pretty great. It's free too. tfradio.net/Discord. So we made a big announcement this weekend. As far as things go, Rob and Chris are coming on as contributors to the podcast, doing blog stuff and news stuff. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be a lot of work. So we announced that it's happening, but we're still working on details, starting soon. But one thing that's going to come out of this, and I really haven't talked to them much about it, not that they care about the technical details, but
sometimes they do.
Sometimes you do. But we're going to be sort of relaunching, even though I post to it like once every 6 months, our RFC Insider mailing list. It's now going to be probably 2 to 3 times a week with Transformers news and blog posts that will go out on a regular basis. And we are going to run a contest to sign up for that. And it's going to be pretty great. We have a Transformers prize pack, actually. I should just pull the picture up on Twitter while I'm thinking about it. It's well over $100 in value. If you want to get ahead, you can just sign up at our website. Go to tfradio.net, go to the bottom of the page, and there's a icon there for the RFC Insider mailing list. You can just sign right up. It's super easy. Actually, if you're there, I think after 20 seconds, it pops up at the bottom with just an easy way to sign up. Where are you? Crazy. Oh, here we go. But we're giving away a lot of stuff. Zoom in, bigger picture. So it's across different Transformers brands and toys. So we have some stuff from Titans Return, Power of the Primes, Cyberverse, Earthrise. So we have a couple of Earthrise Micromasters in the set, an Earthrise grapple, those little bag clips from Dollar Tree. We have that in there. Some bots, some packs of Transformers collector card games stuff. So quite a bit of things. We have one of the Hot Rod sets with the Sharkticons that I wanted to keep for myself, but I'm not. So tfradio.net, just sign up for the mailing list. We'll announce details next week. It'll probably run for a couple weeks, but if you want to, go ahead and sign up again. Super easy, tfradio.net. So, and Sean is asking, what if you signed up years ago? Well, you are in the running. You are in the running. And one more update for patrons. I'm still working through some of the postcards from people who signed up. Those are out, but all of the trading cards for patrons at the touch tier are out, as well as this month's RFC Lucky Draw. So we do a contest, a drawing each month. I love giving away stuff. I really do. So one of the things that, like when we do like advertising through Amazon and the Patreon, the funds go to either pay for the show, to make stuff happen, and into fun things like contests. So I love doing contests, and we do a contest each month on Patreon where we give stuff away. There's an RSC Lucky Draw. The winner should receive it in a couple days. I'll probably post on our Patreon Friday of what was received and who got it, but it's a lot of fun. We do that monthly. Anything else? Toy Fair's done. Gosh, there's been so much news and stuff going on. It's just so much to keep track of. Okay, so let's see here. Diecast was there. We talked about that. You got your hands on the stuff. Let's go ahead and just jump to what we got this week, because I think it's really important, because I think Diecast wins this week.
I don't have anything important, so probably.
So Diecast was given. Tell the story, Diecast.
Okay, so every year, pretty much, we usually get swag bags of stuff, and there's usually like one Transformer in it, one Star Wars figure, had a Power Rangers figure in it. I think there were some Magic cards in it, and like a poster, and a Marvel Legends. So I got one Transformer, and it was the Netflix Sideswipe, and I was like, "Ooh, these aren't even out yet."
April.
So we started talking to people, and I started trying to trade. So I ended up getting 4 of the 5 deluxes through trades with people who were like there for Star Wars, and they're like, I don't want this Transformer, or someone who's there for Marvel, and they were like, I don't want this Transformer. So I ended up getting Scrapface, which he is my favorite.
I love it.
Here he is right here. I mean, him and Mirage, it's hard to pick. They're both really nicely painted. I mean, all of these are really nicely painted. If you go to tfradio.net/reviews, you can see the review. This is the only guy I grabbed off the review stand to show off on the show, but really nice. I'm really excited about these guys. I mean, like I said, watch the review and you'll see it all.
My favorite thing about these, so I didn't see too many people complaining, oh, they're repaints. Well, that's what we used to get before they started doing that retool thing where they would
well, welcome to Transformers. It's a repaint.
Yeah, it's a repaint line. It's we've always had that. But
the thing is, I mean, we do have to keep in context though that like a lot of people who are adult collectors now, for their entire lives, they've only known the retool environment that, for us, is still sort of a new thing, because...
What was the first toy to... I guess, like, the Coneheads. I was going to... Well, I mean...
Okay, so the first time that it was, like, pre-designed in to have alternate parts to make them more distinct was basically Universe, Sideswipe, and Sunstreaker. Like, those were the first modern toys that were designed with that in mind from the start, instead of going back after the fact and adding a new element or changing permanently one of the mold pieces. That's how a lot of the G1 toys ended up getting redone.
Yes, exactly. And it used to be when you would get a new toy and like, ooh, I think I know what they're going to repaint this into. Or, oh, I can't wait to see how they repaint this. It was just part of the fun. And they knocked it out of the park with these Netflix War for Cybertron toys. There's so much paint on them. They just do so much to them. They just look so good.
If only they battle the paint damage good instead of evil.
Yes.
Exactly.
And battle damage done right.
I love Mirage.
God, the other thing I want to say is that, you know, something that we used to get a lot back in the day was we'd get like a straight repaint, but they would give it a new name. And we haven't gotten much of that lately. And this is exactly what that is. It's a straight repaint, but it's a new character. And I love that. I mean, it's just maybe just reminds me of, you know, when I was younger. But
yes, it's oddly nostalgic, isn't it?
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what they look like as a camera, honestly.
I know. Yeah, I'm so excited.
So, bad news about that. We have a possible case breakdown for that first wave of Netflix Deluxes, and Scrap Face is apparently going to be one per case.
Oh yeah, I'm not surprised.
So if they're still available for pre-order on Walmart's website, maybe go do that if you do have designs on building the camera with them, because that's probably going to be the easiest way to get 3 of them at once.
I don't think these are going to sell.
Diecast. On the Mirage, did they replace the translucent plastic with opaque, like in his legs?
Yes.
I could not tell by looking at the pictures.
Yeah, it's not translucent plastic anymore.
Hooray!
Yay!
Unless it's fully painted, and I couldn't tell. They replaced it.
No, because I think Miguel, when he was taking pictures of Mirage, also agreed that the plastic was it's opaque plastic now. It's not just like paint saturated.
I'm still hoping for a like Diaclone red Mirage in the select
with the
line
toy head
somewhere.
Ooh.
Yes, with the toy head and opaque plastic.
I think that's still a possibility, honestly.
Yeah.
Don, you've been wanting to say something for like 5 minutes.
No. I was just going to mention what Diecast was saying about how that we would just get straight repaints. Well, back during Armada, Energon, Cybertron, we would get just repaints that really didn't mean anything. It was just them repainting it or reusing old character names that had nothing to do with the new character.
I thought that was awesome. That's kind of what it was like in Beast Wars and everything, honestly.
Yeah, but they also said a couple of years ago they were trying to consolidate and not put legacy names on characters
stop doing that
had. Yeah. So I'm saying it's sort of it's an evolution. You might say it's an evolution.
You know what sucks about that? Because they have to have a Bumblebee every year. It's the same frickin' Bumblebee.
Yeah, but again, we're also.
It's the same frickin' Optimus Prime.
It's the same Megatron.
It's literally the same Megatron.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B, but you're right. It's nice to see that because when they started that, and like when the Perceptor with the reflector head that we never got, it was nice to see them actually looking ahead. Like you said, being proactive and making these characters ready to be something else, like Hound and the Hot Shot, versus what can we, for characters down the road.
What I love on my end, the connection froze, and Don came back and he was speaking at like 4x speed. And it was so awesome. Yeah. I'm leaving that in. I'm leaving it in. Yes. But yeah, no, I'm all for repaints if done well, and a little thought. And I'm also for reusing names and it not being the same character. Guess what? I'm not the first Brian. Did you know that? I'm not the first guy named Brian. Don, are you the first guy named Don?
Hasbro doesn't have a trademark on you though that they have to protect.
I know. Well, that's they reuse the name. That's what they used to do. Yeah, sorry. That's from last week. That pent-up frustration is still there. Sorry. Still hyper. Yeah.
Must be that caffeine gum.
I didn't chew any of it yet.
It's the osmosis. It's it leads you to the table into his.
Yeah, that's true.
To his bloodstream.
Okay, Diecast, any other thoughts around that?
Yeah, are we going to talk about more stuff more? I was very shocked, and I hope I'm not jumping ahead, about the Wave 2 release date is September, which is like...
Oh, yeah, we're in what we got, not in new stuff.
Okay, I thought we were talking about the New York Comic-Con stuff.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
That was Toy Fair, not Comic-Con.
Oh,
it all runs together.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. All That's this true. New York stuff.
So in the Discord, Sean was like, Don is the first Don. And he's right.
No. Actually, my father was, he was James Donald, and I'm Donald whatever, and then but no, my dad was actually, there's that. But no, one thing y'all mentioned about making the camera with the scrap face. It's interesting you bring up the case on that, because that's something that I'm going to be bringing up tomorrow night, Brian. Which we will be, if you want to remind people of that.
What's that on TFYLP?
Yes, it is.
Well, at least we're getting Don's opinions first this time.
So yeah, Don and I we're bringing back it. I'm just going to go through all the plugs that I want to get out at the beginning. So, for our wonderful Discord server chat, as well as Patreon. It's originally started off as Patreon, but I wanted to expand it so that we would have a big enough audience to participate on the podcast. We're bringing back It's a Don Deal, which was the podcast that features Don, all about Don. And it was a lot of fun. It was just hard to do. But we are going to present it tomorrow, live stream, as of recording. So today is Wednesday, the 26th. So on the 27th at 9 p.m., we are going to stream it to our Discord and to Patreon. And Don is the host of that show. I am his humble assistant, and it's going to be great.
Basically, it's going to be 30 minutes of old man yells at cloud. So that's pretty much what it's probably going to be.
So Don,
or 30 minutes of a Nazi attack. So.
Yes. So Don, what were you going to say about this humble experiment that we are embarking on tomorrow?
Oh, no, I'm just saying that when we get to a part of the show, what they were saying about case assortments and stuff is something I'm going to be bringing up.
And you know,
that's probably.
And while Diecast is talking about the Netflix show, also on our Patreon, we are doing the RFC Throwback Podcast. And it's an evergreen show. The idea is it should be evergreen, as close to as possible. Diecast does go through the rundown of his thoughts on those toys. For patrons at the Matrix Bear and Touch level, you get it in February, like this week, yesterday. For people, the general public, they get it in April when the toys are coming out, so it's still relevant. And we also, on that episode, we have our TFCon 2017 Transformers Headmasters Life Can Be Sacrificed for Peace on Earth viewing party on that. So that is included. It's a lot of fun. So if you are a patron, great. You can at the Touched and Matrix Bear level, you can hear it now. If not, late April, it'll be out there. I'll let you know. It's fun. Either way, you should listen.
Yeah, you can watch me suffer.
Yes.
Just like every week, Don.
Yes.
No, this was like the 10th circle of hell suffering. So it was a special kind of suffering.
It's fine, Don. It builds character.
Oh, okay.
It's time for special suffering.
Because there's just if this is your first episode, I am a little more manic this week because, dear God, so much stuff happened. And
so now if this is your first episode, Brian says he's more manic this week, but I promise you the rest of us cannot tell the difference.
Really? Okay, I feel more manic.
Really?
Usually I'm like so tired. Like, I don't want to do the show.
That's maybe how you sound in your head, but when it gets out to the rest of us, it's at 4 times speed.
Oh, cool. Good. That's what that makes me feel better. In the chat, Sean is asking John about the ATT buzz. So something I posted to our podcast feed this week at tfradio.net was a recording or podcast from 20 years ago this week. It was posted yesterday, 20 years ago yesterday, which was Radio Free Cybertron for February 25th, 2000. And 2 things on that show. One, an ATT buzz featuring John DeLuna. That was great. John, I don't know if you've had a chance to listen to that recently. Talking about off-topic posts, but we also had our very first interview that we did with Larry DiTilio, the late Larry DiTilio, the story editor of Beast Wars. A great interview. It was actually really good. So that's out there. You should check it out. It is on our website at tfradio.net. Yes, sweet. Okay. Anybody else get anything? Rob did? What'd you get, Rob?
Yeah. Yes, I did. I want to thank Jason Hiley, who listens to the podcast, who sent me the freaking Switch Lite off of my Amazon wish list. So,
say what now?
Yeah. So, Jason, thank you very much. I am going to... my bank card got canceled today because somebody tried to use it somewhere. So I as soon as I have access to my money again, I am probably going to grab a game for that. But yeah, thank you very much, Jason. It is incredibly generous of you.
Damn.
And yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate it a lot. And that is the entirety of what I got this week.
Sweet. Okay. So
that's a good runner-up to Diecast.
Yeah, I would say.
So so in the chat, or YouTube chat, I'm still checking it. Brian Pavlina says, when does Transmission have their podcast? So Don can join that too. Don is everywhere. It's like we get a Donathon every week.
Oh God, I'm like, gosh.
Episode title. Donathon every week. That is wonderful. I love it. That's my favorite. Okay. Anybody else get anything?
I got a couple little things.
Sure.
So I was at Ross the other day and found for $13 Power of the Prime's Grimlock.
Nice.
Which mostly just proved to me I was right to not pick this up when it was new.
Yeah.
It's okay, I guess, in robot mode. The dinosaur mode, like, I've handled this mold before. This isn't really any, like, new revelation to me. The dinosaur mode's not great. I haven't even bothered with the torso mode because there is so much clear plastic all over this and all the other Dinobots. I don't ever want to risk combining them because it just seems like a tragedy waiting to happen.
None of my Dinobots have been in dinosaur mode since I've had them.
They haven't been dinosaur mode?
No, they are in robot mode and have.
Why?
They've only been touched to be moved from shelf to shelf. Yeah.
Yeah. So after I got Grimlock, I went next door to Marshall's and found Cyberverse Alpha Trion for $5. And I'll tell you what, this is definitely a $5 toy.
I've skipped it.
That retailed for $20, I think.
He looks nice though.
It does. It really does. There's no meaningful articulation to speak of, but it's a good-looking Alpha Trion robot mode, if a little, beefy kind of. And the vehicle mode is sort of interesting. It seems to inherit a little bit from the BotCon Vector Prime retool. Just like in general outline. I think they drew from that more than anything, but it definitely is like its own unique thing at the same time.
Yeah.
It's fine for $5. I don't regret picking it up. I'm glad I didn't get it for, $14 on Amazon, or especially for full price when it was brand new. Because, again, I think this had a retail price of $20 on it originally. And that, for me, that's too much for a toy like this, but that'll do it for me this week.
Cool. Matt, were you about to say you got something?
Yes, I did get one thing. I got a new Super Mini Plot kit in the mail. I got the Sun Vulcan Robo.
Wait, can you hold it up again? It was blurry. I couldn't see what it was.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not familiar with that.
It's from Teo Sentai Sun Vulcan. It was never adapted into Power Rangers. It's
what,
late 70s or early 80s?
78, I want to say.
Oh, wow.
But I might be wrong on
it's
that.
Dynaman era.
Pre-Dynaman.
Pre-Dynaman era. Wow. Yeah, Dynaman was 84.
Really?
Dynaman was my birth year. Dynaman was my birth year Sentai, which
that makes
seems
sense.
very appropriate to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got it yesterday, and I've already built the first kit. So I've got the top of the robot done. It's only a 2-part kit. So if we weren't doing the show today, I'd be building that right now.
Now, important question, Matt. Have you pre-ordered Victory Robo in Brandliner yet?
Oh, why, yes, I have.
Oh, good.
I'm waiting on Vol Shark as well.
Mm-hmm.
Very expensive, but yeah, I love these kits so much.
Very big, too.
I still haven't put my Shogun Megazord together yet. It's still sitting in a box.
I haven't. So, let's see here. Dak Roland, 10 years ago, sent me a bunch of Kabaya kits. A bunch, and I've still yet to put any of them together. I plan to. I love you, Dak. Thank you again.
The gum is probably still edible.
I ate the gum. I ate the gum.
It's as edible as it was when it was new, yeah.
Hey, so in the chat, we were joined, in tfradio.net/Discord, we were joined by Adventure Maker 16, who is 16. But I gotta say, going to give him some cred. He asked the question, if given the choice, what would you get made? Dino King or Monstructor? Same engine, different shells.
Yeah, that's difficult.
Ooh.
I'd go with Monstructor. Just out of personal nostalgia.
See, I've got G1 Monstructor and I've got third-party Dino King, so I don't really know which way I would go on that.
If the shells turn to jelly, like with the real Dino King, I would be for that. But yeah.
So does anybody remember the Terminator 2 toy line? There was a playset kind of thing. I'm going to explain, so give me a minute here. There was a playset kind of thing where you would put an endoskeleton figure inside, and it came with this weird compound. It was sort of like Play-Doh, but I don't think it was reusable. But you would fill up a plunger with that and press it, and it would basically form the skin onto the figure.
I do
Biofresh Regenerator.
That.
I think they adapted that same concept, if not the toy itself, for one of the later movie lines, but I'm not entirely sure about that. But like, that's what Generations Monstructor or Dino King would need. Some kind of reusable compound like that. If only they owned something like Play-Doh, Hasbro. Something like that, and then molds that you could put in to just have a shell form around it that you would then rip off of the toy when you want to transform it or whatever. It'd probably be more play value than actually just making like solid shells to cram the toys into.
Yeah.
Dino King or Monstructor, I don't think I have a choice. I would gladly take either one.
It's fine.
Center Discord.
I think Monstructor might be a little bit more colorful, which would probably get my vote more than Dino King, but either way,
I'd take whichever one they issued and pray that they issue the other one.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing. The question sort of skirts around here. A lot of us would just buy both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I got kind of lucky when Chosen Prime had all 6 of those Fans Project the shells for one price. Because y'all remember the issue they had getting those shells out.
Yes, I do.
And they're for a short period of time.
You got lucky with that, but Fans Project didn't.
Yeah, but I've got the shells, and I've got so I really don't know. I think Monstructor would be a lot, like you said, Brian, a lot more colorful, but it'd be a way for someone. No, sorry, Rexby. But it'd also be a way to get a Dino King out there that's affordable to people too. So, like you said, Matt, it could either one be great.
So we all know that I have my habits, and there's things I've been looking to buy. So, like the 3 things I'm actively trying to buy, Monstructor is one of them. I was hoping to have a Monstructor a couple weeks ago. It just didn't work out because I lost the auction. But I need Monstructor.
Those dinosaurs that Don was talking about, the Fans Project ones that he's got, that really left Fans Project a shell of a company.
I mean, it's a bad joke, but I also don't think you're wrong.
Yeah, I'm sure that was... Well, they said it was so much more... The Rotocast was so much more expensive than they were, even anticipating at that point. But
you think that'd be something they would have tried to price when they were figuring out the project to start with.
But I'll give them props for going ahead and keeping their word and doing the shells.
Yeah.
So that's that. I'll give them props for that.
Cool. Okay. Let's see here.
Who's next?
Me, I guess.
No.
Don, did you get something?
I ain't got nothing. There is nothing. Yeah, there is nothing. I have gone to Target every day for 3 weeks, and I've only found Starscream and Grapple. There is nothing else.
So if any of you listeners find something at Target while the sale's going on, make sure you tweet Don a picture at HMRC4EVR on Twitter, because he wants to see all the photos, all the good stuff you're getting while this sale's going on. It's very important.
Oh, okay. Cool.
No, that's not. That'd
be great.
That's the exact opposite of what I was.
Yeah. Okay. So, hey, I got stuff. I was at Target yesterday, and I was looking for Earthrise, and I didn't see anything that I needed, which all I needed is Sound Barrier, pardon me. I was about to walk out dejected, But I found Series 5 BotBots. So I got like 8 sets, and none of them are the duplicate sets, so it's like a case. So bought the whole case. The Party Favor sets, haven't opened them. I don't know when I'll get around to it. I will eventually. I think there's one more Party Favors. Yeah. Got those. And the Los Deliciosos. I'm just going to throw them on the floor. They're carded. They're fine. They're not hurting anything. The Cardio Clique, or Click, however you want to say it, but I'm saying being fancy by saying Clique.
That one looks cool. It has like swords and stuff.
Yeah. Another Los Deliciosos and another Cardio Clique, or Click. Funny enough, I got a text from Kim today, my wife, asking me if there's a toilet transformer. I'm like, funny enough, there is now, or soon will be. It's like, what's his name? I'm like, I don't know. But, yeah.
Well, there's 2 if you count the third-party one.
I don't.
Okay.
And that's not even trying to be like a transformer either. I think that's just kind of... Somebody knows how to design things that transform, and they thought that would be entertaining.
Yeah. But, yeah, so I got BotBots, and I got myself another Starscream. Because, sale. With $16.67.
Yeah, just rub that in some more, Brian.
It's awesome. Such a great toy. I think it's my favorite toy ever.
All of Don's spirit hasn't escaped yet.
He's got Starscream, doesn't he?
Yeah, I've got.
But he can't find anything on sale.
Yeah.
I mean, I already had it. It's not like it's new to me. I just wanted another one because it's so awesome. I'm going to have one in robot mode and one vehicle mode.
It is a really nice vehicle mode.
So great. Such a great toy.
Well, Brian, I will say you were right, because last week before, you were saying how, it's very similar to the Generations, the Classics one, but how you get there is completely different. And when I finally opened up mine, you were right.
I think that was me again, Don.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm tired, guys. But yeah, it was.
He and Ryan have known and talked to each other for a lot of years, and I understand that, friends will start to kind of resemble each other a little bit in that way, but I don't think we're quite to that point.
Yeah. But anyway,
I do.
Yeah, but definitely it was kind of a joy to transform the thing, because it's different enough so it doesn't feel like it's like repeated engineering.
It's good.
Cool. Anybody else get anything? Is that it?
No, I wanted to say, while you were talking about the BotBots, that
and I got them on sale, by the way. I forgot.
Oh.
I forgot. That's Blade Raider mentioned in the chat he wished he could find them on sale, and I'm like, I did get them on sale.
But I was wrong. I said BotBots would never make it to a Wave 5, and they did.
To be fair, I didn't think they would either.
Me neither.
No, I don't think any of us did.
When Walmart dropped them, I thought that was, the sign of death for the line. But no, they're pushing ahead, and it seems to be fine.
Hasbro's supposed to be sending me Wave 4, and I was supposed to have it like 2 months ago. I don't know what it is. I've got Wave.
It's fine.
So, yeah,
it's fine.
Because I can't live with it.
Well, you'll have to, won't you?
Yeah. Cool. Okay. News, I guess. So news happened.
Sure. But it's not news so much as recap.
Yeah, so I'm going to do a couple things here. One, if you want real-time reactions, well, actually you don't, because most of it was spoiled. We did a Toy Fair live stream this weekend. We talked for like 4 hours about everything coming out. It's a lot of fun. I have a recap podcast that I posted Sunday at tfradio.net/TF20201. And what?
Breaking news.
Breaking news. What?
And it's probably not breaking news because someone's going to tell me I'm wrong. But Amazon has Transformers Rung and Singe in stock for $5.99 each.
Oh, nice.
tfradio.net/Rung. I'm pretty sure.
It says temporarily out of stock, but you can still buy it. So
well, that's better than nothing.
Yeah, that's pretty cool because I've not been able to find those. Now, if I can just find Rumble and Rat-Bat, I'd be happy.
Yeah, and I sent Rob the only rung that I'd ever seen. It was fine. It's just I still have not seen one since
it'll reship in Earthrise.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Singe though will not.
Correct.
So if you diecast, can you give me the link because I did tfradio.net/rung and it didn't work.
Yeah.
And I can't find it in search. Cool. Okay. Breaking news. Okay, so we did a recap of everything that's out there as far as Transformers news goes that was released at Toy Fair. So we covered that. But now that we have everybody together, we've had a chance to reflect, and that doesn't work diecast, so I'm guessing it's broken. Actually, no, you sent me the link to Amazon's main page. So that's why...
well, that would explain why it's not working.
Yeah.
It might have been in between because I was purchasing at the time.
Oh, you're good.
Oh, that'd do it.
Yeah, but we'll talk about it. So, what were the biggest things that we saw between? Let's pretend we weren't spoiled. So,
I absolutely love that Commander class Skylynx.
Oh yes,
it will be mine.
Yeah. I'm not even a big Skylynx fan, and I was impressed with the toy. So that was...
Well, you should be, Don.
Well, I'm sorry. I still want it more as the flying purple Griffin from Aerial Assault, but I do like the way...
Which is not... I honestly think that's not a bad idea, Don.
But, Matt actually took what I mean, I was pleasantly surprised by that. I guess really seeing the RC... the Cybertron, the Earthrise RC, I guess, was a nice surprise because I wasn't sure what I was expecting, but she does. Other than the shell form, the parts forming, but I don't care about that. That doesn't mean anything to me. But I think she does look pretty good. I do, and it's nice getting a Snapdragon and go with Ape Face. Hopefully, he's a better toy than Ape Face, though.
Yeah, I think if we hadn't been spoiled on anything, the Quintesson probably would have been the biggest thing we saw. Because it's just, like, really unexpectedly out of left field.
The Quintesson is awesome because I wish Twitter doesn't change things. Like, I can't figure out on Twitter how to do multiple photos anymore. Like, it just doesn't want to seem to let me do multiple photos. And I couldn't figure out how to do a video other than stream a video, which it didn't want to do in the basement. But John Morden was actually doing a demonstration. The faces, some of the faces, not all of them, but some of the faces, the mouths actually move on the Quintesson, which is really
nice.
Cool. Yeah. So
Fancy.
there's and I think it does spin around also, the faces. So it's really, really cool. And then I heard someone complaining in the background, like, "Oh, why did they give it a transforming mode or something?" Well, they're doing the whole playset thing, or so it fits right in, and I don't think it inhibits the toy at all.
Yeah, besides, I mean, it's in a line called Transformers. It needs to do something other than just be a Quintesson. I mean, it's just not really going to be something for kids to play with other than just if they just want like a bad guy or something. It needs to do something other than just sit there.
Yeah, it's really cool because you can take one of the Micromasters or whatever, and he can actually be stored inside the Quintesson. So you can put like Rung in the Quintesson if you want, or that might be a little bit big. What are the little guys?
Titan Masters.
I saw a picture where
Micromasters.
Yeah, I saw a picture where Battlemasters, or where Micromaster was in that, and Micromasters and Battlemasters are the same size, so either one would work.
But yeah, I really, really love that Quintesson.
So, of things that you saw in person, that was the big one. Isn't anything else like surprise you of things you saw in person?
I was surprised at Scorponok because he was a lot bulkier in person than he looks in photos. So he looked very impressive in person. So I'm really excited for him as another, possibly our last Titan Master. I mean,
Titan class.
I just can't see what they would do unless they go back and start redoing some other ones, or online I saw someone.
They just made 2 combiners Titan class figures. It's not like they couldn't just make something else.
Yeah,
and Scorponok was not. I mean, the toy was. Nothing in G1 was as big as Fort Max, so that doesn't count. Everything there was no scale there. So, but there's other things they could make. Again, just a combiner if nothing else. They could make Jetfire 1 if they wanted to. They could make an Optimus Prime 1 if they wanted to, for goodness sake. I'm not saying they should, but they could.
Given that I missed out on the first one, I would not say no to another pass on Metroplex at this late date.
And with as much as they've learned about engineering Titan class toys over those last 7 years, I think now. Yeah, 7 or 8 years.
2012.
Wow.
It's not like we would not see significant improvements in overall quality with a second pass at Metroplex. Not to mention that it'd be more in line with like the G1 appearance, since the first one was video game oriented.
Yeah,
I even heard some people say Tidal Wave could be a Titan.
Tidal Wave would be good.
Yeah. I think Tidal Wave would be a Commander class figure though. It just seemed like that.
Me either.
Same as with Scorponok. I think I'd probably prefer him as a commander, but
no. Tidal Wave needs to be a HasLab thing and be 4 feet tall.
Okay, all right. We'll combine that, Chris. They'll do the USS flag,
yeah.
And then he'll be the Tidal Wave in robot mode.
I could totally justify Tidal Wave as a Titan class figure. In Velocitronian in the chat and tfradio.net/Discord. Said Grandis. That's actually where my mind originally went. I just don't know that Grandis would sell.
Yeah, Grandis doesn't really have impact in most of Hasbro's markets.
Yeah, I would buy it.
But
we would buy it. It was literally the first one I thought of, but then I thought it's not going to sell.
At the same time, though, somebody could make a really nice sheet of contact paper for me to put on a small end table, and I could just do that and call it Grandis, and I'd be just as happy.
Yeah.
I mean, they could do again, it's not going to be a Titan class, but they could do a Death Saurus as a commander class if they want. Again,
there's a lot of stuff they could do as commander class.
I'm just not sure how. I'm not sure how much. Again, it's sort of like.
So let's talk about stuff that was actually there. What else was? What else was?
Okay.
Sorry.
What else was of interest to you guys?
So the Alicon looked better when it was represented the way it was supposed to be, instead of whatever the hell those stock photos were doing to it.
Okay.
Yeah, the Alicon also. I thought it was a Voyager. I didn't realize till I got home and I looked at the pre-order and saw it was a deluxe.
Yeah, he's just a bulky deluxe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's just talk about the one thing that we're not talking about, since we're talking about happy things.
Megatron?
Voyager Megatron.
You mean the Netflix one?
Dawn, what are your thoughts?
Oh, God. Yes. Don was upset about this, wasn't he?
Yes. Well, again, just the short version. I'm not upset. Okay, I am upset he's another tank that he's sharing a lot of shared engineering and parts with Siege Megatron. But my biggest problem is that we didn't get a lot of characters in the Cybertron baseline that had Cybertron modes that would have been the first of those characters in those forms, and it would fit in the line. And then when they could have done something different for Megatron, like I said, I would like to see him as a hovercraft, like an assault hovercraft based around the whale design. Go back to animated, give him the assault helicopter, that whole thing. But no, it's another tank. That it's the disappointment of what we didn't get around the first time with Siege, and now when we could have got something different, it's the same thing. So
it is basically the same toy as the Siege.
Yeah, and
functionally it is the same toy. It has all the same engineering. The only thing significant they did was to swap out the rifle sword combination thing. They took that away from it. That's what made the tank turret, or the main gun of the tank for the Siege toy. They replaced that with a new part, which is just one big solid piece, which is the cannon, kind of a shield thing, and also a bladed end. all is one solid piece that plugs in just to give it the appearance of an Earth tank turret on top, because they didn't want to re-engineer the arms to look more like an Earth vehicle.
Yeah. Well, Chris,
it's awful.
who is his wave mate? What's his case mate? Do you think?
That's a good question. So information I've seen subsequently is that the Quintesson and Snapdragon are going to be in a case together, 2-1, and then the next wave is going to be Megatron and I think a reship of Starscream.
Do you think maybe the Megatron is so copy paste as part of like the balancing act of trying to get a wave or a case or yeah? I mean, do you think maybe that's why he's so much like Siege? Is that he's like Arachnid?
They use the development cost on something else.
Yeah,
it's possible, especially if they're planning for that Megatron to ship again in a subsequent wave with a new mold instead of a reship from earlier in the line. Because like if Megatron's first shipment is with just Wave 1 Starscream again, I think some of that budgetary consideration kind of goes out the window, because they could be bootstrapping that to something else just as easily for the same effect.
Or do you think
if we were seeing Megatron go with like Snapdragon for their first shipment, I'd be more inclined to think that. I think this is really just a case of they want to have a Megatron this line. They didn't want to devote a ton of resources to it overall, so they just did what they could to kind of update it for this line's aesthetic and just kind of let it go. And it's basically that and Starscream together just feels like a filler case assortment. It's just killing time until something else is ready to go with the next wave.
Do you think maybe the Starscream will be a repaint by that point, and they're just not saying who the repaint will be?
That's not it. I mean, it's not usually how they present this stuff. We've seen case assortments change before, from the time we first hear about them to when the stuff actually hits. So I'm not going to say it's not possible, but probably it is just going to be a reship of Starscream, because up to that point, there's not another opportunity to get Starscream, because Wave 2 is going to be the Quintesson Snapdragon. Then you're on Wave 3, and then you finally get the reship of Starscream. And don't forget, Starscream is one per case in Wave 1, so it's not the easiest thing to get. Although, depending how long it is until we get Wave 2, we could see that case refreshed several times.
Okay.
Cool. Okay, so I guess I can do sort of a rundown of what we got from the event. Okay, so I'm finding this at tfradio.net/category/news, or you can just go to tfradio.net, and we have stuff along the left side of the homepage. We have news there. So for the Earthrise releases, quite a few things. Yeah, you can tell I'm delaying. We first saw RC pop up on Thursday. Was it Thursday?
On IGN?
Or Collider? Yeah, it was not Collider. Collider got the Cyberverse stuff.
No, it was comicbook.com, wasn't it?
Field and Stream. I think it was Field and Stream. I think they got it.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. Basically, just so much stuff popped up. Actually, no, was it RC? Was RC part of the stuff that accidentally got dropped onto the Hasbro media site?
It was in the press kit stuff that was released in the second folder.
Yeah,
it was the same things that went to IGN the day before.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, mistakes happen. Maybe the folks at Hasbro did it on purpose. I'm not even sure it was a mistake. I think the stuff was just supposed to start being available at that time. Now, maybe nobody was supposed to repeat it at that point yet. But oops. Yeah. So I'm just going to go sort of in reverse order of what I have. So we saw a Deluxe Run Amok smoke screen, also a Deluxe Double Dealer, a Leader class toy, that Voyager Megatron, Titan class Scorponok, Commander Skylynx, Voyager Snapdragon, Battlemaster Double Cross, the Voyager Quintesson Judge, Deluxe Airwave, Fast Track Deluxe, Deluxe RC, Deluxe Quintesson Alicon, Micromaster Astro Squad Patrol. Were those ones that we saw first at Toy Fair, or were they in the kit? I forget. The Racetrack Patrol, and one thing for sure that we saw first time at the event was the Battlemaster Slither Fang, which is a ramp and a snake.
Yeah, apparently that's specifically based off of one of the Headmaster Warrior designs from the original The Headmasters line.
Trying to place it.
It's the same place we got the Lion Titan Master and other things that I can't place off the top of my head. Well, I mean, they made Battle Beasts for the monster boss. They made Battle Beast Headmasters for them, but no,
Shuffler.
Well, yeah, Shuffler. And what's the lion's name?
I don't remember.
Yeah, but the lion head shield with the that turns into the lion that the Titan Master can ride.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
I'm sure people know what I'm talking about, even though I can't place it.
It's right. It's on my shelf.
Yeah, it's around here somewhere. I think it's up on a shelf over there, which unfortunately is out of reach for me to use my usual magic trick.
That's very odd for you.
It is odd.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, last week I was talking about Robot Masters Leo Convoy, which actually would be within reach, but I think I would knock down like 20 other things trying to pull it out, so I neglected to do that then, too.
So, other things we got, let's see here. They showed off the stuff that I already have as far as bots go. The Cardio Clique, the Party Favors, the Los Deliciosos. What I don't have are the Frequent Flyers, the Hibachi with a T, Heats 8-pack, and the Surprise Unboxing Toilet, and the Surprise Unboxing Treasure Chest. Yeah. Sure is.
I'll give them points for just, like, going all in and doing the toilet thing.
I'm glad they finally did.
And making the pods for the bots brown.
Since they've got the rights to Ghostbusters now, I understand they didn't call the toilet one Fearsome Flush.
Was that a Ghostbusters on?
Yeah, that's one of the Ghostbusters things.
Ghostbusters stuff, they might well end up using that over there.
Yeah.
So we also got one Generation Selects set, Spy Patrol.
Spy Patrol 3, I think it is.
Yeah.
So that's kind of interesting because so it's Wing Thing and either
Rumble and Wing Thing
or Frenzy, depending. Like I think the product copy on Hasbro Pulse actually refers to that robot by both names in different parts of in different parts of the text, and then says like, now you can decide which one's which.
Except it's the blue one, so it's Frenzy.
It also comes with Knock and Scar. Which were Double Dealers Power Masters. And it's been determined since then that Double Dealer's chest plate can open up and there's a space inside that a Siege cassette can slot into.
Yes.
That's pretty amazing.
Yes, so I had to order that.
Yeah. So
it wasn't that much. It was only $20. So
yeah, it's the cost of 2 Micromaster sets because it's 2 Micromaster sets.
Yeah, but I'm saying I was a little shocked that we didn't get anything that was like see here and buy here right away.
I know.
Type thing.
I have expected it.
I imagine the toys are on the boat.
Yeah. Also, the Netflix stuff that we talked about before: Scrapface, Sideswipe, Chromia, Hound, Decepticon Mirage. He's a Decepticon now. Netflix Voyager, Hot Link.
He's just pretending.
He's a robot in disguise, Brian.
Yes. Megatron.
It's a robot in disguise.
And the Megatron doesn't look too bad, though, does it?
No, the repaints all look good.
I don't like Hound. Any of them.
Okay. You've mentioned Hound before. You've mentioned Hound before. What's your problem with Hound?
It's just boring. I mean.
Oh, okay. That's completely valid. That's like a completely acceptable answer to me. I just didn't know what.
I mean, just
why you were singling Hound out.
At first glance, looking at it, it just doesn't look so different to me that it's
Yeah.
Okay.
Like pulling it up. It's nice.
It looks like Siege Hound, basically.
It looks a lot.
The
like
green, the green is toned down. It looks like.
Yeah.
We also have.
He's more of an olive green than the dark green we got.
We have the leader unboxing, which is Ultra Magnus. Hopefully with soft goods, that would be great.
That's my hope.
Spoiler set, yeah.
That's my hope. I really want him with that cape.
Yeah, we have some information from the Walmart listing, so I could talk about that, or we could just let it be a surprise.
I'm good with you talking about it. I don't know about everyone else.
Talk about it. Nobody cares. This is not going to. This is dumb.
Yeah,
it's literally dumb.
Yes, it is.
So, among what's included in there,
Spoiler
there is
dumb. I'm not saying what the item is, but trying to keep people unspoiled is the dumb part.
Among what's in there, there's Energon cubes in the packaging.
Oh, okay.
And they are hidden in quote unquote compound. Now, the way Walmart's website has the product information laid out, it has the exact same information you would find on, say, a Play-Doh listing. So what it is, there is Energon cubes that they have encased in some quantity of Play-Doh inside the packaging for you to, excavate.
I kind of like that.
It's interesting. It sounds like a tremendous mess, but it's interesting. And then we also know that there's a redeco of Battlemaster Rung in there that's described as Energon infused. So probably, pink highlights or something.
Ooh, green highlights.
Whatever.
Yes.
Maybe it'll be like blacklight reactive.
Ooh.
What's interesting...
Rung probably is blacklight reactive already.
Yeah. What's interesting is at the event, they were telling us to buy it and don't open it till the show starts.
Yeah, sure. That's totally how the crowd that they invite to Toy Fair operates.
So I'm assuming this show is not going to start till after the toys come out.
The show is due in June.
Okay, so we have like 2 months.
Yeah.
This was such a dumb idea.
Maybe they should have just held this back to the apparent second wave of this that we're maybe getting.
Made it a secondary SDCC exclusive.
Oh, that'd be worse, kind of. Yeah. Especially if this is actually something good.
Yeah, I was about to say, that'd be worse in a lot of ways, but if they actually wanted to preserve any kind of prize, that's probably the only way they could do it.
And see, unless there is something significant with how they've decorated Ultra Magnus to qualify this as a spoiler, they could probably sell a lot of units of this just on showing, yep, it's Ultra Magnus that looks like Ultra Magnus, and the battle damage now makes more sense and is less intrusive overall to the toy. Because, take Matt, for example, he was pretty against how over-scraped Ultra Magnus was before he went to town on it with some rubbing alcohol and magic eraser.
Yeah, he looks fantastic when you take all that crap off of him.
He does, I know.
Maybe he's going to be at a Decepticon also.
Maybe he's going to be dead.
Just pull him out and he's...
he's just all gray.
Yeah, solid gray armor and, something for the inside robot too, probably.
So let's go ahead and run through the rest of the...
Secret Test Shot Ultra Magnus, I'll take it.
The Transformer stuff. Voyager Blitzwing for Studio Series, Bumblebee movie, Cliff Jumper Deluxe, Top Spin, Sentinel Prime, Overload, Skipjack, Scrapper, and Deluxe Soundwave from Revenge of the Fallen. Boo. And moving to Cyberverse, last bit of things to talk through. God, I don't have to explain all this. There's a bunch of Bumblebees and a bunch of Optimus Primes, and some Megatrons and Starscreams. There's a new RC. I think that's the most surprising thing is the RC. Which we knew about it, but it looks nice.
Yeah, it does.
I like it.
It looks okay for being, basically the same engineering as a Generations toy that's going to be out at, not exactly the same time, but they probably will overlap on shelves in more than a few places.
I also like Thunder Howl. And
yeah, Thunder Howl's interesting.
That Hammer Bite. I think those are the winners. He's not Skybite. So he's not going to save the day.
Yeah, no, there's already Skybite and Cyberverse, which is not a good toy.
Yeah. So
hopefully Hammerbite will be better.
yeah,
well, it's a warrior class, so
So also tangentially related, G.I. Joe. They only showed off a couple of toys or a few toys. The Scarlet, who looks like Kristen Wiig. Roadblock.
I don't see it, but
well, I can't not see it. Roadblock, who looks like somebody I work with, and we also saw Duke. Yeah,
Duke looks good.
So to me, the problem is they're trying to do these realistic human faces.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the realistic faces.
But yes,
I wish they would have gone more traditionally animation modeled.
Yeah, but like I can't trace how you go from their original look, because it's pretty consistent between animation and comics. Those characters. It's not like with Transformers that vary wildly depending on who drew them. The G.I. Joe characters more or less look the same, irrespective of the media, more or less. So I can't really draw a line from one to the other on how do you get to there, and it doesn't work for me personally. It's not like there's ignoring the movie. It's not like the couple movies. It's not like there's a human model like with the Star Wars characters you can draw from. So I don't dig that. So,
well, the one thing about the Joes for me, Brian, is that there's no Cobras. I mean, the whole first wave is Joes.
Is it?
So unless they're planning on, yeah, I mean, unless
Snake Eyes is a special release, right? And then we saw Duke, Roadblock, and Scarlet. Now, if this is anything like the Power Rangers Lightning Collection line, it'll be a 4-figure wave, which means there's still one thing we haven't seen.
Oh, I thought Snake Eyes was part of wave one.
I thought there was like two versions. There was like a special version, and there'll be like a regular version.
A regular retail version later on, yeah.
Because there was a rumor of Destro.
Yeah, they need one Cobra at least. And Destro, he can handle himself against 3 Joes.
Destro's not Cobra.
Yeah, he is.
Well, he's Cobra adjacent.
Yeah, he's Cobra adjacent. He works with them.
Now,
Iron Grenadiers, Brian.
Yeah, I will be interested in seeing what their Baroness looks like, just because I think that would be.
Well, Destro was Cobra before. Like the Iron Grenadiers, always thought was a spinoff.
Destro was their arms merchant.
Yes.
Yeah, but I think he formed Iron Grenadiers because he just got PO'd because Cobra Commander was an idiot. And he said, "I'll take over the world myself."
Yeah,
he wouldn't be.
Yeah, that's what I always thought. Maybe I misremember. I don't know. I knew he was their arms dealer, but okay.
So we have a possible case assortment for the G.I. Joe figures. Now, they're all code-named, but it appears to be a case of 6 figures. A case of 6 figures with 5 different figures in it. So I'm assuming the one that's, there's 2 of them is either going to be Duke or Snake Eyes. And then there's 4 other figures. So there's, we saw 3, so there's at least 1 that would be unaccounted for if we're assuming Snake Eyes, the normal version, is in the first wave.
Now, one thing is, I'm kind of surprised they're not doing like a Build-A-Figure part, like to build a bat or to build some other character. Build a bear. No, I'm just wondering if that's something that may come down the pipe, because I mean, this is basically a Marvel Legends kind of series.
But again, it may be like a lightning. It may be like a Lightning Collection, and they've foregone the Build-A-Figure part to put in extra hands or heads or effects parts or whatever.
Yeah, just about all of these characters are going to ship with weapons and accessories of some kind. So
that's where the parts count's going.
Yeah, there's a lot of Marvel Legends, or at least used to be when I was paying attention, that didn't come with a lot. So yeah,
John just put in our internal Skype chat a Build-A-Figure William the Refrigerator Perry, and I want that now.
Yeah. Okay, let's see here. What else? There's a lot of stuff we still need to get through. God, and we're already running late. So, other things of import. Oh, God. Figure King magazine. I hate that. Takara.
Okay, so, I mean, there's sort of a reason for them to have posed RC that way. It's in reference to an old piece of RC art. So, it's not like this is just a random thing they decided to do.
It looks like she's saying, "Come and get me."
It is.
Yeah.
I kind of hate it, but it's Takara and not Hasbro.
And on the upside, she finally does not have heels. I'm not sure they've done an RC that does not previously.
The Generations toy coming out does it?
I don't think the 2014 one had heels, did it?
I was pretty sure it did. Maybe I'm misremembering.
I don't have that within reach either because I didn't realize you were going to bring that up.
Now I have to look it up again. Okay, well.
Oh, thank you.
For some reason I thought it did, but yeah, this one...
The Energon toy does.
Pretty good.
Yes, the Energon toy does.
The Energon toy does. The animated one did.
Oh yeah, animated. I forgot about her.
No, animated doesn't have heels.
She doesn't?
Animated has like boots.
God, what am I thinking of?
I do have animated RC, which I can probably get out without ruining everything. Yeah. There you go.
Oh yeah, you're right. Okay.
This is actually in terms of incorporating car into robot. The animated RC is probably the best RC toy we've ever gotten.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That was the last great trade fodder item that I was able to pull together.
JD sent me this.
JD may have gotten that one from me.
I think he did, actually.
Yeah.
I think I still have 3 left.
Yeah. Of course you do.
Yeah. Okay, so there's that. What else?
Tigatron looks great, though.
Tigatron looks amazing.
Oh, yeah. I am so... This is going to sound weird coming from me, I know. But I am looking forward to Tigatron just as much as RC. I really am, because it's just...
It looks amazing.
But the real head actually being on his chest, I don't know, the way it looks, it's just kind of calling me.
Yeah, just like RC. Literally. So, God. Okay, so we have a bunch of Earthrise and general product listings that popped up. So pre-orders popped up on retail website Zavvi. I don't even know what that is for Trailbreaker and Sunstreaker.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know what that is. But if it's a real thing, that's probably...
It appears to be.
Yeah.
And lending to this too, like Big Bad Toy Store has a listing for a Deluxe Wave 3 set of 4, but the only things they have specifically listed are Fast Track and Runabuck and then 2 secret figures. Yeah. So this would make sense these being the secret figures.
And at Toys R Us in Canada, a few different validations of this. A few items popped up. Clones 2-pack, Stilex hubcap. Even though Stilex isn't available in Canada at Toys R Us, right? It's still through Hasbro Pulse.
No, a lot of Stilex stuff did sell through Toys R Us in Canada.
Okay.
In those, boring cardboard boxes with no windows or art or anything. It's kind of amazing that they actually did that.
Yeah.
Exhaust Deluxe Grease Pit, Seeker Thrust, an SDCC, G.I. Joe and Transformers set, potentially, popped up. Voyager Seeker 2-pack and a movie masterpiece. Those popped up.
Okay, so would the Voyager Seeker 2-pack be Skywarp and Thundercracker, or are we thinking that...
Or Ramjet and Dirge.
Ramjet, yeah.
Love from column A, love from column B, I don't know.
I mean, I guess it could be like a Skywarp and Dirge.
It'd be weird, but it could be.
Okay, so like Skylinks' package mock-up that they had at Toy Fair did have all 3 cone heads on it, so that lends weight to that Dirge and Ramjet will be coming somewhere in the line this year. Whereas I don't think we've seen anything yet with Thundercracker and Skywarp, so those will probably happen, but they'll probably be later on. So I would assume at this point we will get Thrust regular retail like this information is suggesting, and that 2-pack will then be the other 2 cone heads.
Ramjet and Dirge.
Yeah, well that makes kind of sense because those 2 are basically, they're not exact copies, but they're definitely, closer than what Thrust would be with his wing. So that makes sense on putting the 2 that they can mass produce at a lower cost.
Unless you're Fun Pub, you don't make Ramjet and Dirge with the same wings anyway. Like, all 3 of them have unique wing shapes, so it's not really that much more of a thing.
Well, Thrust is a little more, a little bit more out there than the other 2, anyway.
Maybe a little bit, but like it doesn't even really matter because either way, it's still that much new parts for each one of them. Yeah. I think it's just a matter of they probably decided Thrust being reddish probably has the best shelf presence of the three of them. Because like if they did Dirge, it would just look like a rerun of Thundercracker, who from Siege's shelf warming a lot of places that wave made it to pretty badly from what I've seen. This. Yeah, it makes it look different from last year's product that unfortunately might still be sitting around in some places. And then, get the other two in a 2-pack that will be carried exclusively by Toys R Us or other retailers. It could be a shared exclusive thing too. We see that happen more and more. But yeah, I would more assume Thundercracker and Skywarp, when they happen, because it is when, not if, will be later and probably as something like a Selects or an Amazon special.
Skywarp will only be available in battle packs on Amazon in the future.
Yeah.
So, also a few other things popped up as well through the Toys R Us supply chain or inventory listing. Generation Select Bug Bite, Generation Selects Deluxe Rotor Storm, Generation Selects Deluxe Hot House, Generation Selects Voyager G2 Megatron. Interesting. Did I mention Exhaust before? There's also a listing for a Rorichi. I don't even know what that is. A redeco of Fast Track. What am I missing?
Black Rorichi.
Oh, is that go with
Black Zarek's Fast Track? Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know its name. Interesting. Okay. I never knew that.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, you probably had no reason to know that.
Yeah.
Because, like, the Black Zarek version of Fast Track is 100% gold plastic, so you've probably never actually seen one. They've all turned to dust and blown away.
Yeah, and if I ever get like a Mitten Sealed box Scorponok, I still won't have one. It'll be Schrodinger's Scorponok. Black Zarek, I mean.
No, if you get a Mitten box Black Zarek, just never open it. Because, like, let the Schrodinger effect just kind of carry through the rest of your life.
Yeah. So that is basically all of the crazy news that came out of this past week.
All right, so I have a question that I think a lot of the listeners may have too. We're seeing Wave 2 at New York Toy Fair in February, and they're listed for the beginning of September. What am I missing here? Like, why?
There's Wave 2 and Wave 3, right? So could that be Wave 3?
Why is there 5 months in between the waves?
I don't know. It's usually at least a couple months. It's not like we get all this stuff at once.
Yeah, we get a wave every quarter.
Is it that infrequent? Yeah, 3 months. Yeah, I guess that's right.
I mean, they crammed 5 waves into 2019 with Siege, but that 5th wave was really pushing the 2019-ness. That was hitting a lot of places very late November or into December, so they were kind of running up against the wall with that. Now, remember, the on-sale date for Wave 1 of Earthrise is supposed to be March 1st, the earliest. That's when Pulse has theirs marked for delivery. On Amazon, it's a month later, but that very easily could get bumped up. But even so, a lot of places we're seeing, Wave 2 is having ship dates in like August or September, which is a really long delay period. And a couple of places, it seems to be a little bit earlier, but still way later than you would expect. Like RC and all that stuff, that's Wave 2 toys. You can tell that because of the product numbers, the WFCE whatever numbers. So I don't know what is going on there, unless somehow those Netflix Siege recolors are just tying up so much factory time that they had to delay production on the Earthrise stuff to get those made and out in the specific time frame they wanted them.
But it's so weird because that Netflix wave is a Walmart exclusive, so it's only going to be for one retailer. I understand there's going to be 2 waves.
There's one thing here, though, we're not talking about. So one of the reasons that one thing we always complain about as fans is the distribution. And one of the reasons there's issues with distribution is the fact that things don't have time to sell. So they sit on the shelf. So if you don't get new stuff for a while, stuff will sell through slowly, but maybe it'll sell through. So
tell that to the Chromias and Six Guns still sitting at my Walmart.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying it's going to work. I'm just saying this could be the rationale.
But that's bad for Hasbro because they're not getting as much product out as they normally. So their volume they go down, wouldn't it?
Well, not if they ship more of the same waves.
But then that negates your point about making the product sell through gradually, because if you're just piling more and more of it on.
I don't know. I'm just trying to rationalize it. I don't know why they would be doing it.
Yeah, hopefully this is just a result of some kind of miscommunication, and the stuff actually will turn up much sooner than that in a time frame that we would normally expect it to, where we'd see these maybe May at the latest.
Again, because the issue though with stuff not showing up on the shelves is not really a Hasbro problem; it's a retailer problem. And I don't know. They say they're doing something about it. They keep saying they're trying to work it. So, I mean, I'll just say this. I'm not working for a Fortune 40 top 10 worldwide retailer anymore. I'll say a lot of stuff that companies do is just making up crap as they go and trying to figure stuff out and, trying to stick their finger in the dam, hoping that the water stops. So, yeah. It's entirely possible that something like that, that they could be doing that to help stem that problem, and it just not work. I don't know. Nothing surprises me.
Yeah, I really do like that could have caused a production delay for other things, and because Walmart is Walmart and has the retail power of something that size, the rest of the main line got pushed back for a couple months to make that happen.
I mean, it's just weird too, because if you look at Wave 3, that looks like that's October, November. So that's like right on the tail of Wave 2.
And that's the correct delay time between waves. Like if Wave 2 is August, September, and then Wave 3 is October, November, you're looking at basically the right gap period between them. That's the turnover time we saw for Siege. So if Wave 2 is going to take until the end of summer to get put out, it feels like something else along the way delayed their production, and they're just kind of having to deal with it as they go.
Yeah. We're having a fun chat in the Discord right now about retail, and just again, it's kind of, you can tell how many volumes. Why would they go with Walmart for this or that series instead of Amazon? Well, it just comes down to volume. Sometimes Amazon might have 5 of an item in stock. You can actually literally go and click the drop down to see how many items you can get in stock of something. There's safety stock and things like that to balance, what they can sell and what they can't. Where you can pretty much guarantee Walmart's going to have more than 5 of an item in stock across the entire company.
Well, I think Amazon is a lot bigger than you give it credit for.
It's huge.
Just because look at the stuff that's already sold out on Hasbro Pulse and Target. I know Target, it's probably half due to the sale, but I mean, Hasbro Pulse sold out of like RC, the Quintezon, a bunch of the Transformers relatively quick within the first day or two, and Amazon still has all those available for pre-order.
Also remember, Diecast, the fact that if something goes up on Amazon, there's a very good chance it'll get lost in the product listings. There's so much stuff there.
Yeah, that's true.
And I mean, if you go into a Walmart and you're looking at toys, yeah, it's a smaller section, but it's going to be sitting right there on the shelf, and it's not going to be hidden on page 8 out of 30.
There's another thing, too, with Amazon, though, which is that up to a cutoff point, when they're taking pre-orders, they're assessing how many of the things they need to order from the manufacturer. You'll see on a lot of the Transformers stuff, after a certain point, it'll go to like see all buying options or whatever. Yeah. When the stuff is not available to pre-order anymore, that's when they pass the initial cutoff point, when they have to report the number they want back to the manufacturer to get those orders fulfilled at the release date. So right now, Amazon can take as many pre-orders as they want, basically within reason, and they'll probably get that later on. It may not be all at once, but they'll get all that. Yeah, they'll get all those orders though. Right now, though, they can take as many pre-orders as they want to.
And just to what Diecast said about giving Amazon credit. Amazon's huge. Amazon is totally huge.
But they don't have to fill 3,000 individual locations across North America and other parts countries of the world.
But I will say this, and I'm not oversharing. I did spend like the last 5 years of my prior role in a company trying to transform itself into Amazon. So I have a pretty damn good idea of how Amazon works, because that was like what everybody did for 40 hours, 50 hours a week. So it's just the advantage Amazon has. So John was like, how'd that go? Well, it didn't. Yeah. Yes, you're exactly right. But it's a thing. Okay, so tfradio.net/Amazon, you should use it. tfradio.net/rung and tfradio.net/singe. Those are up there. You can pre-order those now to help us out. It'll help us with our full-time toy detectives as well. We'll have more information on that next week. I'm excited about that. So excited about that. It's going to be amazing. And we have our Patreon at patreon.com/tfradio. I'm just trying to... I actually worry for the last couple of days I've been putting up too much stuff on the Patreon, but I will have a new It's a Don Deal podcast live stream up tomorrow. It'll be available as a podcast to patrons for 3 days before it goes out to the public. We try to do it a lot. Maybe I'm overextending myself, but dang it! I can do it. Hey, so everybody...
That's the only way you can tell Brian's in a manic episode.
Yes, it's true. Actually, I had a funny email exchange this week with our buddy Phil, Skyjammer, from asmzine.net, which I don't think the URL was working. Maybe the URL was working, I forget. It's like, hey Brian, how do you do it? It's like, I have one kid, and you have one more than I do. How do you maintain like the podcast and all this other stuff? And I'm like, Phil, I have 3 kids. So I'm actually... I
was gonna say, wait, one more?
Yeah, so I'm actually, funny enough, so for one of the other podcasts that I do, which is How's Your Weekend? If not this weekend, maybe next, I'm actually going to do an episode about how I prioritize things and am productive, even with like kids and a family and a professional life. It's going to be a lot of fun. Yes. Okay, but you can do all that. You can follow us on Twitter at TF Radio, and you can go to tfradio.net and view everything that we have there. We've been posting all of the news, all of that stuff. Again, right now, the news that we have posted, photos from the Diecast took at the event, our news podcast. That's all in the left column of the page. The main column is still podcast stuff. And that's all being done by our friends at Patreon. I want to thank our patrons at the touched tier. You guys are so touched. We have Kevin Dorsey, Sean Bratton, Jacob Owen Lucia. You got 2 things shipped to you today. I'm excited. Gosh, it was actually way less expensive to ship stuff. Not only to Canada, but all the Patreon stuff. I was excited because I honestly thought it was going to be like 5 times as much as it was. Sean Hamilton or Meat Pac-Man, Jason W. Rye, Mike Mallory, Jason Hiley, Jonathan James, Matthew Dedman, Hector Bones, Brian Cooper, and Nathan Sampy. Thank you guys. And thank you all. You guys are awesome. Awesome. I'm personally on Twitter at bkilby and on Instagram at Brian Kilby. We are on Facebook at facebook.com/TFRadio, Instagram at TF Podcast. We're on YouTube, Roku, Fire TV, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, everywhere else that you want to be. Yeah, I'm hyper today. I'm sorry. You can find show notes for this episode at tfradio.net/663. And if you want to be a part of It's a Don Deal, leave us a voicemail. That would be the best and easiest way. On 931-99-GO-BOT. It's 931-994-6268. John is on Twitter at ThatJohnD and basically everywhere else. Rob Springer is at RoboRobSpringer and at ZoneBase.org. Diecast, how do people get a hold of you?
You can get a hold of me on Twitter at Diecast2. And also, please check out my Netflix review of the Deluxe Wave 1 Except Chromia on tfradio.net/reviews.
Sweet. Don.
I can be reached on Twitter at HMRC, the number 4, EVR.
Chris.
playwithphotography.com or instagram.com/playwithphotography or at playwithphotos on Twitter for my toy photography related endeavors. If you like the toy photography related things I do or want to help me do more of it, you can support me on Patreon at patreon.com/playwithphotos for as little as $2 per month. You can follow me personally on Twitter at ChrisRTXV. I also have my Amazon wish list from there, which you can find at tfradio.net/ChrisList if you want to help out the podcast in the process of doing a nice thing for me. I may have sales lists going up. I keep meaning to do that. It's just a matter of, like, it's a lot of effort because I have to, like, find things and get them together and take pictures of them and then, like, crop the pictures and then post them to Twitter and describe them and decide how much somebody won't pay for this or that. And, you know, it's a whole production.
Well, no. The key is you want to price it at something someone will want to buy it for.
Yeah, see, that's the part where I typically get lost when I'm trying to do this. You know, especially since, like, I got my tax debt coming up because I had a pretty good year for, like, my side hustles this past year, thanks to a lot of people for pitching in on that, and it's gonna be expensive, so I want to try to, like, mitigate some of that down with some Twitter sales. It's just a matter of I gotta, like, make myself do that at some point, but
leaving money on the table.
Yeah, I mean, theoretically I am, but I still have a lot of stuff from the last time I tried to do a sales list that didn't sell, so, we'll see how that goes. Just follow me. There's things and stuff, and maybe I'll sell things, or, like, I'll point out, like, hot pre-orders for you or something like that. I mean, there's usually reasons to follow me, even if at any given time I can't articulate any of them very well, but that's just kind of how I work. I don't articulate well. I just like well-articulated things.
And Don
some of your food looks good.
What did I cast?
Some of your food looks good.
Oh, yeah, the tacos.
Only some of it?
Well, most of it.
Oh, thank you.
I don't think I've seen you eat anything that I wouldn't eat. So
you may have seen me post, like, pictures or videos of stuff being cooked at stages where no one would want to eat it.
I see tacos a lot, and that makes me hungry.
On various occasions, I've posted photos or videos of bubbling pots of indeterminate brown matter, which I don't expect anybody to be appetized by at that point. It's more like that's part of the process to get to whatever I would then take a picture of later as a finished thing. But, I do try to go for shock value from time to time.
Cool. Rob.
Okay, I'm on Twitter at Figure Reviewers and Rob Flails. That's the official Twitter of my YouTube channel, Flailthroughs. I currently cover Gundam Battle Operation 2. It's a free-to-play Gundam shooter for the PS4. And the weekly update on that is every Thursday morning. So if you want to see what new mobile suit is added to the game, that's the best day to tune in. If you like what I do there, patreon.com/flailthroughs. You can drop a couple bucks on me, and I will take requests for specific mobile suits and weapon combinations and colors. And, of course, tfradio.net/claylist is where my Amazon wish list lives, and a little bit of that goes back towards Brian if you get anything off of it. Unsurprisingly, I just added a bunch of Switch games to that.
Awesome. Cool. Okay. We will be back next week. We'll be back tomorrow with It's a Done Deal. If you're on our Discord, Patreon. See you then. Bye.
So, Rob.
Yes.
When you do have access to your money again, I highly recommend paying the $15 or $20 and getting Untitled Goose Game.
Okay.
Oh, cool. I've never played that. I should look at it.
Yeah, I played it for several hours at Hey Mickey's house the last time I visited him, and you'll finish the game if you really just sit down and focus on nothing but that. You'll finish it in a day or two, but it's very entertaining.
Good to know.
It's like if Grand Theft Auto featured an angry bird instead of a dude with a gun.
Okay, Don, what?
Oh, I was going to say for tomorrow, I'm not sure if I can do the under the sheet thing because a lot of my stuff got packed up when I was doing my massive.
It's going to be a month before we do another one. Just
okay.
Share your thoughts on it.
Well, I'm just saying.
You literally have to pull it out. It's going to be.
Yeah,
just talk about it.
I was saying I don't have access to some of that stuff because it's very carefully packed up after what I had to go through back in December.
Do you feel comfortable talking about it?
Oh yeah, I'm saying I can't physically put my hands on the figure right now. I only got like one or two things I can put my hands on right now. That would be the under the sheet kind of thing.
Yeah, no, I mean, Sean gave the idea. I thought it was great, so we'll use it.
Oh yeah, okay, all right.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody else wants to show up for that. We're going to do it about 9:00. We're aiming for half an hour. It's going
to...
Yeah, I'll probably pass this time.
Hopefully John can make it. That would be great. John does a great job feeding stuff. I'm working on the F, Marry, Kill. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm working on the buy, sell, drop, or whatever it is, which is basically the same idea.
Yeah.
So, I don't think we're going to do a post show this week because Skype went down and I lost a recording.
Oh no!
Yeah, a recording, not all. So I want to figure out how to recover 3 minutes of audio. I only have two things going in the background, so I need to figure out how to stop that. The new Skype recorder failed on me.
Right.
Yeah. You have failed me. Maybe it didn't. It says, okay, maybe it didn't. I don't know. But we'll have that up for patrons, if not tonight, then tomorrow. And again, John saying, how'd that go? Gosh, it's so great. Hey, the stock went back up over $100. It was like 115. So, but that's because the new CEO dropped all the stuff that the old CEO is doing. Oh, that's public, so I can say that.
So what movies they were going to do? They're not doing or something. Or what?
No, the company that I used to work for.
Oh, I thought you meant something else. I'm sorry.
No. Yeah. Just 3.
It's a shame Matt had to drop off. We could have had a few minutes of post-show talking about the Mega Construct stuff there was.
Yeah.
Is there new stuff?
A little bit new for Masters of the Universe.
Oh.
Because the main thing they're doing.
What do we see?
Now. There's Battle Cat and Skeletor's cat that I can't remember the name of.
Panther, yeah.
Panther.
I was hoping okay, it turned out I did remember what the name of it was, but it sounded so stupid I was hoping I didn't remember what the name of it was.
It's not Flock, though, right? Like Mossman's not Flock.
No, it's plastic. No, they'll probably do flocked ones for SDCC or something. I saw Mechanic, Triclops. I think they're doing a different version of Sorceress to release by itself because the previous one came with Grayskull. So I mean, there's not a ton. Oh, a Merman with a vehicle, I saw. It's not a ton of stuff, but they are still maintaining the little Masters of the Universe subline they're doing.
So I want to say something. John, you there? I don't know if John's there or not. I want John to be here. Okay, he's not.
Yeah, he might not be.
Okay.
John is
I'm here. I'm holding the kid, though.
Okay, so hey, John. So yesterday from UPS, I received a package I wasn't expecting. I was out and about. And I'm like, I have no idea what this is. It was air filters that we had ordered from our HVAC supplier. But I just decided to log in to that in the FedEx delivery manager. And I saw that I have a package on the way from John DeLuna.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Like for tomorrow or Friday or something?
For tomorrow, yeah.
Cool.
Nice.
I'm super excited to see what that is. Do I need to launder money?
Me too. I'm excited to see what it is too.
Mm-hmm. Hey, did we ever, sort of an off-topic thing, did we ever find out where that Marvel Legends War Machine is going to go or anything? Because it's not up anywhere for order, and I've not seen anything. I just didn't know. I know.
Wasn't it part of the Hasbro Pulse orders? Maybe I'm misremembering.
The War Machine that they got coming out.
Oh, I don't think pre-orders went up for that yet.
Yeah, because I can't find it anywhere. Cause I just keep seeing that.
Mush today.
Yeah, I just can't. All I've seen is the one that I was talking to Brian about a few weeks ago that he doesn't like the current one.
Where were they gonna put the Deadpool and the Megasonic Teenage Warhead?
Was that a set or was it just them pictured together?
It was a set.
Okay.
There was so much stuff I can't remember what was actually supposed to be where, and you can't see the stream now, right? Because it wasn't.
It's posted. It was posted today.
It's posted? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I tweeted it out earlier. Hasbro posted it. So Sean said, I'm going to start mailing. We're not doing post-show. I just hit the stop on the recording because of the issue, so we're actually going to stop here in a second. But Sean said he's going to start sending things out with the return address name, definitely not porn. The one I sent to Sean today, though, did go to Meet Pac-Man. And what I love when I do these Twitter contests, when the people don't give me their name, I just use their Twitter handle. And sometimes that just makes for a confused mail clerk.
Yeah, the mail clerks here know me pretty well by just like they recognize my face. Because I mean, it might be months between visits sometimes, but then like it'll be like I'll go in 3 or 4 times a week for a couple weeks. So I make an impression. At this point, I don't think they would really give me much of a second glance, no matter what I labeled the package as long as the address was valid.
So, yeah. I'm going to drop, people watching live, I'm going to drop the video. Having some technical issues and my throat's about to give out too from talking so much. So we will catch you later. And if you're going to be on the Discord, join us tomorrow for It's a Done Deal. And if you have any questions or anything, 931-99-GO-BOT. And if you're watching live, you can call in, because we may have a call or two. My goal on that is maybe to take 1 to 2 calls. I think in the past we wanted to take like a bunch, but, we're going to have a lot of content, so we'll see you tomorrow.
Take care, all.
Goodbye, YouTube.